Hi, my name is Tazane, and I thought I'd send you a little video with some of my favorite vocal warm-ups and exercises in it. These warm-ups are really useful before singing any genre, and you can also use them just as a daily tune-up. We sort of go through a lot of aspects of what we need, releasing some tension, activating the body, agility, resonance, vowel shapes, the lot. I won't go into too much detail because I know this should probably be a shorter video, but I might say a few things that you may want to know more about. That is what I'm going to be doing in my course. I'm going to go into everything in great detail. So let's start with some breathing and body activation. This is always useful before we even make a sound because we need to wake up our body. You might want to do some yoga, you might want to do some stretching, you might want to go for a walk, but we also need to do quite specific things before we sing to wake up the respiratory system. And I find this exercise is really useful. So the first thing we want to do is to just remind the body that we want the breath to be lower in the body. We don't want the breath to be up here, predominantly in the chest. We really want it to be lower. We want a diaphragmatic breath, okay? So we want the low belly and the low rib cage to be doing most of the action. Okay, so we're going to put one hand on the low belly, under the belly button, and one hand on the low rib cage. Under our hand placement is where we want the movement. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. We're going to suspend for a count of 4, and this is important. Suspend is staying in the inhalation phase. Okay, we're not going to close the glottis, the vocal folds. We're not going to grip. We're going to stay open, just staying in that inhalation phase. And then we're going to pretend that we have a birthday cake in front of us with 8 candles on it, and we're going to blow them out. So think about the energy in the body to really blow out a candle. Now we're going to put a in front of that, but we're going to keep that level of energy. All right. Let's give it a go. Hand on the low belly, hand on the low ribs. Inhale for 4. Here we go. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Suspend. 2, 3, 4. And inhale. 2, 3, 4. Suspend. 2, 3, 4. And well done. So if you're struggling to get the breath low, that is something you need to look at. And if you were just enjoying the activation, we go into that in more detail as well. What we need to activate and what muscles we need to keep relaxed. All right, next we're going to do a wonderful exercise. This exercise helps the resonance open up into the mask area, some people call it, but it's all up in here. And it also helps alleviate any tongue tension at the root of the tongue, right down here. What we're going to do is we're going to suction the tongue up on the roof of the mouth. And if we let it go, it would go, okay? Now, if that is too intense a feeling, you can go to like onion, any of those. But what I really like about this exercise is the tongue root pull. So I suction my tongue and I drop my jaw and a bit of a smile. Here we go. We're really thinking about sighing into the sound. I'm getting over a bit of a cold, so I'm sure you're going to be better at this than me. Here we go. Well done. Well done. Excellent work. So hopefully you should be feeling a bit of a buzz up here. Your tongue might feel quite activated, quite intense, because that can sometimes be quite full on if you have a lot of tongue tension or even jaw tension. All right, let's explore the range. So we're now going to be going over an octave and a half. Okay, we're going to do this on a brr or a brr. If those aren't available to you, you could do it on a v or a z. Anything that partially occludes the vocal tract. That is an SOVT, solved exercise. So when we do that, when we make this opening smaller with a straw or with brr, brr, all of those, we're creating supraglottic pressure. Okay, we have subglottic pressure, which is the pressure from the air pressure from our lungs coming to the glottis, our vocal folds. But we can also create supraglottic pressure. This goes into vowel modification later, but we talk about that in the course. And what that does is it creates a really nice environment for the vocal folds to come together and oscillate. So it's really kind of like taking the larynx to the gym. Okay, so these are great exercises to do. So this is how it goes. And what we want to be using this exercise for is laryngeal stability. So instead of thinking up, 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 and getting that feeling of pull, I'm going to be thinking out or down as I go up. And I'm going to watch my body. If I'm singing and I'm doing a hand gesture up or I'm looking up, even if I think I'm thinking down, I'm thinking up. So think about, where's your eye line? Could it be on the floor? Could your hand point down? Anything that's going to help your body think these pitches down and along, because that's going to help this larynx stay stable. And that's a really important thing that we need to learn how to do. We can do it with imagery. We do it a few other ways, but we go into that more in the course. Give it a go and see if you can maintain a feeling of space in the throat. Here we go. If you were able to maintain a little bit of spacious feeling in there and it didn't feel too tense, excellent. And if it started to feel tense and like it, every time you move up, it's getting smaller in there, laryngeal stability is what you need. All right, excellent. The next thing we're going to look at is vowels. Now we're going to use the vowels a, e, I, o, u. Let's say them all together with a flow, so no glottals. A, e, I, o, u. A, e, I, o, u. What we want from this is we're going to be moving from a hum, so resonance up in here, into the vowel. And we're wanting to get that soft palate moving. So for my soft palate is down, all the air and everything is coming through my nose. And if I open up and I don't close my soft palate, I'm going to get that sound. And I want nice and high. Let's just do a couple in the middle of the voice, okay? This is where soft palate can be a little trickier. I'll do it the wrong way. Can you hear the sound shift? 2 more. Well done. All right, now we're going to do a little agility exercise. And agility starts with a good siren. Okay, so this exercise includes a siren, which I really like. If you haven't got a really easy, balanced siren, that is going to impact on your flexibility. So this exercise, let's do it on an air. Coming down. Excellent work. Let's add a little bit of twang. We're going to use the word you. I like the word you because it innately has a balanced onset in it. If you know about onsets, you'll know that there's 3: glottal, aspirate, balanced. Some people call them slightly different names, but we want a balanced onset. So let's use the word you because that is a balanced onset. And we're going to get a bit ugly with this one. You. So nice and twangy. You. You. Right up. You. You. 2 more. You. Last one. You. Excellent. This last exercise is one of my favorites. So this exercise moves through a legit vocal setup, a mix setup, and a belt sort of setup. And you can really play with the dynamics between the 3. So I find that this is a really nice exercise to unlock people's areas of people's mix that they haven't been able to find before. And it is all about how much you dare to sit in the uncomfortableness between the sounds. The words are who you are. Who you are. And we say it without any stops or glottals. Who you are. Who you are. So we want to have a nice flow. Who is going to start who in the most legit placement you have. We're going to move to you. So a mixy place. You are. We're going to be as belty as we can. Who you are. 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 And you can really work with how high or low you want to take that. The higher you go, the trickier the belt becomes, and the lower you go, the trickier the head voice and the differentiation between. But it's just a place to play, and you might find that everything sounds a little belty to begin with, or you're finding it very hard to get into the belt from the head, but this is all stuff to play with and makes for a lot more color and texture in the songs when we can find all these new areas of the voice. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a very quick overview of some of my favorite areas of the voice to talk about, but there is so much more. And every single one of these exercises has more nuance than I'm able to explain in this short video. We go into these things week by week and we apply them to repertoire and how to use these as a toolkit that you can bring with you through any genre. There'll be no song that you can't pick up. Have a lovely day and I hope this helps.